we can all understand that what's going on in Iraq is related to other parts of that region. It's not an abstract, it's not something happening on its own. It's all related and has got a history. So what's going on in that area, especially in Kurdistan, I don't know how much you know about Kurdistan. Basically, we've got a nation with over 35 million people, which is being divided over 4 countries. Basically, that was one of the agendas that took place in the 1980s after the First World War, and by Britain. It was one of those countries who supported that division and dividing the country, the nation, over 4 countries. And since then, Kurdistan hasn't seen the security. It's been part of other countries, which the nation and people have been discriminated against because they are Kurdish and they are not part of the government. And on the other side, Kurdish people, they have fought for their independence and for the right to exist and to have a right to have a country like anywhere else. Basically, this situation has carried on and continued until, especially I can talk about Iraq, which I come from that part of Kurdistan, southern Kurdistan, which we have faced very inhumane discrimination by the central government, by the old government of Iraq, and especially in the end we had a genocide committed against Kurdish people by Saddam Hussein. And Saddam Hussein was basically one of the puppets of Western countries at that time, and when benefit wasn't continued for the Western countries, and then it was toppled by the Western government, especially by USA and UK, and by other countries as well. But until 1991, I don't think many of people heard about Kurdish people and the struggle for the independence, for the right to exist. Because until then, it wasn't in benefit of the Western government to mention that, because, as I said, it was part of their strategy and part of their plan. And since 1991, there was a space in the war of Kuwait, and when Saddam Hussein occupied Kuwait, which is one of the places that really benefits the Western country. So I'm going to just draw your attention to what's going on now in Kurdistan. Basically, I was talking about the relation between what's going on in Gaza and part of the wall to Kurdistan. We know there's a scenario going on. We know that the Western countries are playing around in that area. And we know what's going on in Gaza is partly affecting the instability of the Kurdistan area in Iraq as well. Because we know the situation in Iraq is set up and supported by America, directed by America and UK. And we know since 2003, when Saddam Hussein's regime was toppled and overthrown, there has been a support to establish a government based on religion, based on ethnicity, based on ethnicity, and based on the tribal existence of that country. Even though before the country existed and people were living side by side without a problem. Anyway, but since 2003, there has been Kurdistan has been sort of given opportunity to exercise the right to exist as a federal state, and they've been doing like the country has been recognized as one of the secure area of the Middle East in Iraq as well. Until recently, we know what's going on in Syria, and as my friend mentioned, that Western country really supported ISIS like Islamic State, Islamic State of Iraq and Syria, supported them with arms. And now this problem is shifted to Iraq. Now we see this group attacking Iraq, attacking especially the Kurdish area now, and they attacking the group in which like Christians, Yazidis, and Khalqi and other ethnic groups, attacking them with no mercy, very, very brutal way, and they get them killed and displaced in thousands. And the situation in Kurdistan now is like the Yazidi groups been displaced. About 30,000 people, they are still in the mountains, and there are 200,000 people in that area, which they have a regional religion, and they are not being accepted by ISIS. But I try to draw your attention to this human tragedy happening in that area, and I think as much we have been alerted by what's going on in Syria and in Gaza, we should be alerted by what's going on in other parts of that area, because it's all connected and they all tragedies committed against humanity. So as human beings here, we all have duty and responsibility to respond and to be alerted to what's going on and what other people are facing in terms of this mass killing and mass tragedies committed against them. So I just urge you not to be very, I did a program of one area, because it's all connected. You cannot talk about one area without mentioning others as well, because it's all global issue. And insecurity in that region means insecurity in other parts of the world as well. Thank you for your listening.